Hello. Now you can hear me. Thank you. God damn it. I was speaking all the things I was saying. All the things I was saying. Thank you, Burnt Pies. God damn it. Hello, good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to round 2 of the hashtag pro-professionalism. I came up with that, and it's still true to this day. Pro-professionalism. Pro-professionalism. But yeah, so welcome to round 2 of the tournament. I hope you've had a nice week waiting for the next one. I have. I've been waiting for this because I quite enjoyed the first week. It was very good fun. I think TheWikifish had enjoyed it as well. I think a lot of people in chat enjoyed it. So looking forward to doing more of it this week. Unfortunately, this week TheWikifish isn't feeling too well. So you have me. You have just me all by my lonesome. To cast for you. I get to share you with nobody. I haven't actually solo casted in very many years at this point. I think the first time I casted with Shogun. And then it was... I think it was Shogun was the first time I casted. And then I think my second cast might have been solo casting. Morthen, welcome for duty. Let's have a quick run through who's said something. Luckybus, Lightning, CML100, Dudo, hello. Invenger, hello. This is the AI tournament, and my color scheme is kind of ORA. Yeah, kind of not intentional, but it is kind of gone ORA. I don't disagree with you, and I don't mind with that at all. Hey Bladerex, hey Shiton, hey Burnt Pies, hey Cynic, hey C-Signups.
Reporting for duty.
I'm behind. You're all behind me now. But yeah, we're gonna swap over and we're gonna do the tournament. Let's switch over. Oop. Oh, no, wrong one. Damn it! No, that's the wrong one. That's my regular loadout. I want this one. I want this one. You get unfettered view of the screen. Hey, Yog Dog. Welcome to chat. Get a nice drink in, and you go for round 2 of TheWikifish's the Soup Kitchen tournament, the Prime League, which is, I think last week worked really well. I hope everyone in chat who was here for last week enjoyed last week, or at least enjoyed the VOD I put up on YouTube a couple of days afterwards. It took a little bit longer because YouTube was taking ages to actually trim the beginning and the ending of it. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. It ended up being sort of a very nice, like, short, condensed 4 fights, which ended up being quite tense, especially that last one. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we come up with this week. I got the files from TheWikifish this morning. Forgot to mention the invictus. It's like, yeah, all the ships. You can't be missing ships, Lightning. Doesn't work. What was I going to say? Crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Bollocks. Yeah, so yeah, for the people who weren't here or who aren't aware, TheWikifish unfortunately isn't feeling well today, or at least isn't feeling well enough to be able to cast. Speaking voice is important. And I will be doing this all by my lonesome. Hey Hrothgar. I like the 1 hour format. Don't have to stay until 4 like previous tournaments. Yeah, it was quite short. It was. I think I was talking to TheWikifish beforehand. We weren't sure. I think I asked if we were going to do best of 3s, and they said nope. You can just best of 1s. And I was like, oh, that's going to be really short then. And it was short, but it actually worked out really well. I think it ended up being like a really sort of nice condensed format that actually works well for a long tournament. Because if you were going to have 7 rounds of best of 3s, so essentially potentially 8 matches, depending on how long they take, this is where we shot a lot hard to go commentate with you. Tournament 11 vibes. To be fair, I did wonder if Shogun was available, but I don't think he is, unfortunately. Because I was totally going to ask Shogun to go commentate with me, but I don't think he's available. Soulcast are nice too, yeah. So I think, to be honest, for something this short, I think it's viable. If it was like one of those long tournaments that go for like 4 or 5 hours, solo casting those are difficult just because of the voice goes. But I think I should be able to do 1 hour. But yeah, we're going to carry on from last week. Now, it is to my understanding that, well, at least from what TheWikifish told me, and maybe some of the people who are currently participating in chat can clarify, it is my understanding that you don't actually know who you're fighting against now. Like, You saw all the fleets, and all the fleets were given opportunities for change, but you don't know what the bracket is. So, is it? We do not know. Okay, this will be interesting though. Do we know which day? Which day Epta fights? King Tips, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Will it be best of 3 for later games? I think, to be fair, I think it'll be best of 1 for the foreseeable future. Maybe when it gets to the end. I'm not sure how WikiFish wants to do the end of the tournament. If it's just going to be a league table, or if there's going to be like a, maybe like a playoff at the end, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Epta's a See, this is why I'm not doing Underdog. Underdog has so many things I don't recognize that I didn't even know that Epta was a faction. Professionalism. Right, so let's carry on. So we have the 4 matches for today. The 4 matches for today are, we start off with Pure Tilts. Pure Tilt versus Forest Fighters. So we have some tip of my tongue, I forgot it. No. Scale Attack, that's the one. Scale Attack Solutions versus LOA. Scale Attack versus LOA. And then we have Pixie Code versus Pixie Code. Pixie Code's High Tech versus Pixie Code's Magellan. And then we have yes, I was hoping. Renegades Imperia, Interstellar Imperium, which is just 3 Caesars and Olympus. Versus Idiopathics midline. Oh god. And we have Pyrophage versus Sea Synapse to round us out. That is 3 Onslaughts and 3 Moras and 2 Condors. Well, not 3 Planet Crackers, right? Right. So we're going to go, because there have been changes to the fleets, I'm going to go into the refit again. You know, I am looking forward to today so much. Yes, the Cathedral was swapped out, I believe, for all the Onslaughts, I think. Right, so let's quickly have a quick idea of what has changed. People have to remind me of what's changed, because some fleets have been very subtle. They've been some fleets have done weapon tweaks, and some fleets have done like full-on hulls changes. So what do we have here? We have a Bilboa, so a Corset class, running flechette guns, harpoons, and some point defense. I seem to remember you had less guns last time. I may be mistaken. Then we have the Strand class, running 3 of the Desu fighters as last time, and also harpoons. I don't think they were harpoons last time. I don't think they were. Does anyone remember what they were last time? No PD in the back makes my skin crawl. Yeah, they were not harpoons. I don't know what they were, but they weren't harpoons last time. Then we have a couple of frills. So there are 3 frills running, again, Stitchette beam lances and some Sabopods. They're running, of course, pulse drives. We have 3 Tress class carriers running 2 Twine Interceptor wings each, as well as harpoons. Running nav relays as well. Interesting. Really going for the speed here. This ECM and nav relay. We've had nav relays before. Does nav relay have a like something with carries that I'm not aware of? WikiFish,
Our special agents have gained information about something that could change the history of humanity.
Your captain. Nemo on a salute.
Hey WikiFish, Major Storm may lose power here. Oh no! Hopefully you can hang around. Thank you, McSky, for the tier 3 sub. Much appreciated. Yeah, so does nav relay have some kind of relationship to carriers that I'm not aware of? It's only the carriers that have nav relays. Hydrated to Nemo. I'm gonna need a lot of it. It might increase fracture speed. I'm assuming so, but it doesn't specifically say that. Oh well. And a couple of Verges at the end here with plasma cannons. They're gonna just SO Verges with plasma cannons, heavy blasters, and sabers. They're gonna get in there and do a lot of damage. Okay. Okay. And we have Forest Fighters LOA. Let's see, we have the Siege Gun, of course. The Alistairs are running the Siege Guns, they're running the Rod MRMs, they're running the Heavy Plasma Drivers. I don't remember there being flat cannons there before. Running monodrones, yep. No, they were running Dukes before. The Alistairs were running Duke-class gunboats before, I think. Possibly. Was I mistaken? I think that... Then we have 3 Leon class running a couple of pellet guns, running of course the siege cannons, Bulldog autocannon, full and flat cannons. I definitely don't remember. There have been changes, and they're running Earl strike fighters. A couple of 3 Osmonds with the web, the Alistair's web, Bulldog autocannons, a single Edith, and a couple of Foxes bringing up the rear with AMBs and some monogram railguns. The Osmonds were not there last time. They were not Osmonds last time. There were not Osmonds there last time. This week has been tweaked a lot. Hang on, give me one quick second because I need to go turn off my washing machine. I'm back. For a split second there, I thought I had to like cancel my model, but no, the model's not actually on at the moment. For professionalism, exactly. Lost lessons weren't quite sharp. Yes, I mean, very interesting to see the changes that have been done. Okay. So let's go for the first fight then, shall we? Let's go back to the previous one, and then we'll reset to make sure I haven't messed anything up. Pure Tilt versus Forest Fighters. Here we go. Skeletek coming in the bottom. Carrier deployment. The harpoons we haven't seen before. Will we have an early harpoon swarm? I suppose not, because there are not many things that are the things we have shields on the LOA side, so I'm not expecting an early harpoon swarm. Well, the fighters are out in force. Of course, it looks like a mushroom. There we go. We seem to focus specifically on the right-hand side here. Here come the siege cannon shots. Take out 4 fighters at once. Here come the monodromes to repel. More siege cannon shots coming out of the fighters. Other fighters. I think LOA fighters have come out on top here. Osmond's webs are... The Alistair's webs are definitely helping a little bit, taking out this one. You have the SO'd ships coming up first. They're over-engaging. This is what happened last time, but they managed to disengage before they died. So will this go through? One of them's running very high on flux. Very high on flux, getting faced off by a Leon. Has to put its shields down. Will overload soon if it doesn't. It's trying to back away out of there. It is SO'd. It has the speed. They do back away, but that was a tough moment. Oh, it's taking side shots into the side armor. Has taken some hull damage. So far... Oh, hang on. Tachyon Lance shot. Hitting one of the Leon at the back there. Edith buffing up the Leon and the Alistair. Oh, the Alistair and an Osmond. Now focusing now. Over here. Really high flux. Has over-engaged, perhaps. Charging in. Verge taking a lot of damage. Verge will go down. Verge goes down. And the Leon took a bit of damage from that, but otherwise okay. First blood to LOA. The second Verge has fallen back, and now that we've got a couple of rules back here. The second Verge has moved forward again. It's sort of engaging between 2 Osmonds and now both Alistairs as well. quickly raising its flux. The web is definitely helping. Oh no, it goes to second verge. Second verge goes down. Very, very quickly. Those webs are doing a lot of work. Those Ottomans are doing a lot of work here. Second verge goes down. There's been a strong push. Actually, LOA is pushing down into the other line now. Frill is on super low health already. Frill goes down. Strand is taking hull damage. Which Strand is taking hull damage? Oh, that one. Taking long range shots from the Alistair. It's gonna go down. Strand goes down. Tress taking damage. Course at a high flux. Second Strand. Those Osmonds have really helped out. Those webs are causing a lot of shenanigans, at least for the enemy AI, if nothing else. Corset gonna go down. Corset goes down. Sympathetic explosion with the Tress. Takes the Tress out with its own explosion. 24% DP left for Pure Tilt. No blood spilled on Forest Fighter's side. All we have left is a Tress and a couple of Frills, I think. And they're charging in forward. They're charging forward, doing what they can. There's not much I can do here. Siege cannon shot coming in, taking on the shield, but it doesn't have the flux to be able to do that. All that's left behind now is one Tress and one Frill. Osmonds are doing a lot of work. Their webs have really hampered the skill attack here. All that's left is a single Frill. Just kind of really running away, and I don't really blame it, because it's having to deal with the Earl in long-range siege shots. Here comes the Leon, with a couple more Earls coming in. The fighters are coming back, though. Do we have a... Oh, there's a Tress up there as well. Okay. There's another Tress up there. Right now... Ooh. Okay, are we getting in there? Osmond is trying to help out. Sabos will take down the shields. Tries to. And that Leon has taken some damage. Just the long range pressure here is tremendous. Dive. Shiden, thank you for the gifted subs, much appreciated. I'll get to those in a bit. Right now, I think all that's left is one little ship. And they're just getting closer for it now. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Bunk. Here we go. Here now. Osman kind of 1v1ing, although has a lot of support. From the Fox. The Fox goes down. It's not shame because the last ship killed it. Oh my god, it's not shame because the explosion of the Tress killed the Fox. Wow, it is not shame on a technicality. This was very good. I mean, huge role reversal. I mean, I think LOA was quite handily taken out in the first round. They come back solid with some really good changes. Those Osmonds are doing really good work in helping suppress a lot of the problems that were they felt from the first round, and just wiped the floor. I mean, if it wasn't for that, if the Fox had just stayed back, it would have been fine. It would have been a total shame. PDs for losers. Hey, Pure Tilt. I'm happy with how my fleet did. I'm sure. They're done fantastically well. I play Eminem's kart racing. I'm gonna see. Are you forest fighters then? Just like, cool. Very well done. Very well done. Those Osmonds have done fantastic work. Couldn't get the name on Twitch. It sucks. Tell me about it. I couldn't get Nemo on Twitch because I already have it. So that's a story for another day. But yeah, so thank you very much, Titan, for those gift subs there. Much appreciated. But yeah, first round goes to Forest Fighters. With a handy win. Like, it would have been shame had that fox just hang back for like a split second. You running shields? Or if it had his shields up, if the shields were up as well, that would have also been good. But it did not work out. Right. Next, we have Pixie Code versus Pixie Code. Pixie Code, of course, has put up the fleet. The main fleet is the Magellan fleet, but because there was a slot missing for high tech, Pixie Code quite kindly picked up the slack. And it is going to happen at one point where we have Pixie Code fighting Pixie Code. So I think we know who wins. Absolutely rigged. Let's see what happened to the high tech fleet though. This is new. This wasn't there before. Left hook and right hook, so they're the same thing. They're just mirrors of each other, and I think I kind of enjoy that. Left hook has a single mining laser on the left side. Right hook has a single mining laser on the right side. I don't see Pixie winning. That would be rough. That would be very rough. So Esode Zenith with a couple of Ultra-Pulse lasers. Then we have, of course, 1, 2, 3 Apogees running Hills and Squalls, and a bunch more point defense. There's been a huge increase in point defense I see in this fleet. There's been an increase in point defense, I think. I think the missile spam of last week scared a couple of people. We'll see if they flank properly. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? 2 Shades, which are definitely new. I think. I'm trying to remember last week now. I think the Shades are new, and the Scarabs are new as well? Question mark. The Tempest are new as well. Quite a few changes. So you got a couple of phases running point defense and Reaper class torpedoes. They're there to be basically crazy amounts of point defense. Because Shades also have an EMP emitter, so they're basically a phased omen. So we are running 3 omens and 3 shades. So that's 6 EMP emitters on the high-tech fleet. A couple of scarabs running temporal shells and of course IR pulse lasers and light phase lances. Of course they've also got a front shield conversion and hardened shields. So they've got very efficient all-around shields. We have 2 Tempests running Reaper torpedoes, IR pulse laser, and a phase lance. This is classic Reaper loadout. Sorry, classic Tempest loadout. Light phase lances for some more punch, I suppose so, yeah. And the Omens running double burst lasers and flare gun, not running a Reaper this time round. They are not running Reaper this time round. Martha, why? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, much appreciated. Oh my god. It does work, yes, that definitely does work, yes. It absolutely 100% works. Yeah, appreciate that. God damn it. This has to go up on YouTube, you know, and then YouTube's gonna mute this bit out. Oh, god damn it. Oh, it's a bit louder to me. Yes, it is. It's supposed to be. Right.
Another volunteer.
Thank you, Forest Fighters, for the follow, much appreciated. Right, so these Mercuries have less. We've actually removed a PD laser from the Mercuries. I'll have a quick drink. I think we actually removed a PD laser from the Mercuries as well. This just feels dirty. You can't have Mercuries in there with less than full PD. That's just unfair. It did not have the IPD AI. You're not wrong. I don't remember that being there last time. Were they triple flares last time? It's even more memey. That's even better. Cool. No, I like what's been done to this fleet. I like what's been done to every fleet, to be honest. Next, again, you have Pixie Code. Now with the Magellan, I find it harder to gauge because I don't know the faction that well. What we have here, we're having definitely the different kind of missiles. We were running loads of Balefires before, so we swapped Balefires out for Longfire LRMs. Long range, no limit, fires in bursts of 4 every 25 seconds. There's 1,000 fragmentation damage. Payload of shrapnel over the area. Okay, then there's some light flensers, we got some bone crusher cannons, bone crusher batteries, foxfire rocket launchers. A lot of fragmentation damage coming up here. Kinetic and fragmentation here, so we need an armor cracker somewhere. Point defense fighters as well. Krezhov. We lost the big one. There was a big one with a big gun in the middle. Was it this one? It might have been on this place. Maybe we had like a big like long-range missile torpedo thing. That seems to have been replaced with the Bone Crusher battery. It has a spinal heavy electron. Ah, yes it does. Yes it does. You are correct. I forgot about that. You are correct. Right, here we have the cruiser running an entirely one-sided broadside, so we hope it turns this side to face the enemy. A couple of Sea-Wiz, Bone Shaker cannons, fusion bomb launchers, and some PD. There's been a lot of increased PD in this fleet as well, so there's going to be a lot of PD between both fleets. And there has been... well, yeah. Because, okay, we have bombers. We have a couple of bombers here, running some MRMs and more Balefires. Okay, so we have some bombers here. The Graf running fusion bomb launchers. We've exchanged the Balefires for fusion bomb launchers here as well. Running SO as well. Heavy Flenser Sea-Wiz, Bone Shaker cannons. The fight with the Krezhov would be one-sided. I haven't got the CSI screams. That's the best you got. The Jet fighters are back, right? Yep, and the 2 Edger class carriers running still Balefires and some PNPD, and 3 Deckers running Balefires, PD, a bit of everything. Look at the Magellan's fighter. We'll do in a second. And we have the Almershads running fusion bomb launchers as well. And the Jans is running Balefire MRMs. So the Magellan's fighters. We have the bombers here. The Jits are running bone chippers and an anti-fighter missile bay. And these are the flak drones. They have Terminator cores as well. The hull mod on the carrier. Oh, Magellan fighter crowding. A refit of the fighter base to improve chassis storage efficiency at the cost of increasing refit times for individual fighters. The size of this ship's fighter wings is increased by 1, 2, 3 depending on the wing size up to maximum wing size of 8 fighters. I don't know how much it's going to affect you, but we'll see. Fighter replacement is increased by 50%, ship speed is reduced by 10, and ship acceleration is reduced by 20%. Hold F1 for more info. F1 just makes it disappear. Yeah, so AFMs are anti-missile fighters, and the bone chippers are fragmentation as well. Oh, okay, hold F1, I see what you mean. That's definitely new. Wings with 3 or fewer fighters that get one additional chassis. So it's going to be 3 fighters per wing rather than 4 fighters per wing. Is that new? That definitely wasn't there before. I mean, that functionality. So Edgers, Deckers, Almershads, Janses. I have to remember all the names. The Grafs, the Kants, the Krezhovs, and the Pories. Cool. So Pixie Code versus Pixie Code. Reset and go. High Tech versus Magellan. Let's do this. Shades and Scarabs push ahead, trying to take the lower points, whereas Magellan's side, the Deckers push forward and the Armor Shad push forwards as well. We're going to trade points. Will there be a starting trade of fire? Scarab pushing forward, Armor Shad pushing forward, slowly, gently probing the lines. Incoming balefires. Coming the long range torpedoes, missiles from the Pori. Scarab is duking out with a Decker but falls back. Zeniths have pushed forward. Bombers are now piling into the Zeniths, but they can take in the shields. In comes the Pori. Pori's firing main guns at one of the Zeniths. Puts a high flux. Is it going to back out in their time? It's going to back out, but it's still at high flux, and it can't back out. There's an Apogee behind it. Apogee, however, lacing the side of the Krezhov with a hill. Mercury's already coming into the mess. Other Zenith moving up here and getting focused and getting attacked by the Pori again. Keeping its flux high. Hull damage is armor damage is armor damage. That's not going to come back. Hailing to the side of a graph there. Battle lines have been firmly established. However, the Krezhov has gone for a bit of a flank. That means that it has put it between an Apogee and a Zenith. The Zenith has realized that the Krezhov is there, turns around. That's 2 auto pulse lasers. And it's turning to engage the Armor Shad while Apogee and the Shade. Oh, the point defense takes out the Reaper just in time. But that hill is slowly gonna shut it down. The EMP from the Shade comes in, shuts down that side. One Omen goes down. Reaper again gets stopped shy of reaching the Krezhov. Krezhov is still alive, backside of hill range. Well, the Pori, however, is now engaging an Apogee. Apogee can't get out of there. It's too high flux. It's not maneuverable enough. Gets taken out by the Pori and its support fighters. Now it's to the second Zenith. Zenith high flux, can't get out of there. It's actually being blocked by a Scarab behind it. The Scarab is actually working for the Magellan right now. Xiphos is there trying to help out, deal with the fighters, but it's too high flux. Scarab get in the way. Nope, Zenith goes down. That's very, very cowardly Scarab over there. Shame that Scarab. Which means a couple of Appies are now currently surrounded by the Krezhov. Armor Shad goes down. The Krezhov is still alive at about half health. However, it's got no armor on that right-hand side, on that left-hand side, on the active side. Armor Shad went down. Now I have to deal with what's coming here. Where's the Pori? The Pori is now trying to attack the Scarab down there, I think. Even though there are more worthy targets up here. Apogee's still alive, but they are being they are moving to surround. There's a Decker behind. The Krezhov is kind of pulled back to the lines. The carriers are moving back. The Jits are coming forward. Scarabs are now losing CR. Decker goes down to the Apogee. One Apogee here is Krezhov's coming in, facing the wrong side to the main target. Now focus fire by several ships on the Zenith now. Graph and the Pori. There's just a Pori in the Graph. That thing is a scary amount of firepower now. It did not have that much firepower last time. That thing did not have that much firepower last time. I'm very much enjoying it, considering that so much of that is either kinetic or... Which, to be fair, kinetic is the best thing you want. Is the thing you want to have versus high tech. You want to get through those shields. Tempest takes a bit of a hit for the Apogee there, but the Pori's just able to sit there. Shade goes down. Apogee gonna go down. If it loses armor, that's a lot of the fragmentation damage will just chew through the hull. Graph takes down a Scarab. Pixie Code has 127% DP remaining. Not sure how that works, but that's exactly what happens. Oh, Mercury goes down, Mercury goes down, 2 Mercuries back to back. All that we have left now, I think, is one of the Zeniths is still alive. Shade, Zenith, and Omen. Shade High Flux can't really go into phase right now. It's being here come the support missiles. Missiles comes out of it and gets hit immediately. All that's left now is the Zenith and an Omen. Zenith is getting pummeled in the front. It's lost all front right and front central armor. Goes down. All that's left is an Omen. Almarshad comes in. EMP trying to keep it alive as long as possible, but it can't take shield hits forever. Overloads. Gets taken out. Whew. Wasn't a shame. It wasn't a shame, because we have a Decker and Almarshad and a Graf and a Jans were lost, but 3 frigates for the entire enemy fleet. Magellan pulls through this very, very well. The Pori has done much more work this time. Its increase in DPS has been drastic. It definitely did not have that much damage last time. And the Kreshov did an impressive amount, considering it almost died. 7% health left on that Kreshov. It should have died. The scout ships were moving around. I mean, Pori didn't take a hit. Kreshov down to 7. I think one of the Grafs took a bunch of damage. Other one was a bit scratched. But well done to Pixicode and beating Pixicode. Plus the drift. Don't think it's the stick and big match drift. Pretty good. Drift. Grafs are just tiny maneuverable Mazian Kreshovs. That went very, very well. I mean, definitely, I'm surprised by the power of the Pori. The Pori was not that strong last time. So I'm very glad to see a scary amount of front damage coming out of this. The fun match about PD. Yeah, the PD versus the Reapers, I mean, had those Reapers hit, the Kreshov would have been dead. The Pori is a powerhouse when built right. I can definitely see that. Definitely see that. Right, next. Potentially the highlight of the day. It was a rigged match. It was 100% a rigged match. Absolutely a rigged match. I love seeing the Reapers in an AI match. Yeah. This is potentially what I would maybe call the highlight of the day. We have 3 Caesars and an Olympus versus 2 victories, 3 Griffins. Let's have a quick check. What are we actually running here? The Caesars are running double Squall, quadruple heavy machine guns, quadruple pulsar repeaters, with an Imperial targeting package, which of course means that the Shockbuster is currently empowered, heavy armor, PD assault conversion, expanded missile racks, expanded magazines for the pulsar repeaters, and an ITU as well. So you have 3 of these, and an Olympus class running the targeting package, which I believe makes it the Apocalypse Merv. It's a Titan Apocalypse Merv variant. Huh. Interesting. Is that PDAC as well? PD assault conversion, yeah, PD assault conversion. Calls all point defense weapons to behave like standard anti-ship weapons. No longer targeting missiles or prioritizing fighters. Increases the ordnance point cost of point defense weapons by 124. All range of all formerly point defense weapons is extended by 25%. They deal 25% more damage to all targets, plus a further 50% hit strength when calculating damage reduction from armor. So these are not point defense machine guns, they are assault machine guns. These are no longer PD weapons. There's no PD running here at all. Light ballista launchers and proximity charge launchers. This thing isn't supposed to last very long. How does PD assault conversion work with any of this? Is it just double? It's just double ammo for the proximity charge launchers. I mean, I'm very confused. Is it working on this? Hang on, this. Is it working? Huh. Interesting. We want the Titan to fire. We want the Titan to fire. 100% the Titan's going to fire. It's going to fire the Apocalypse Merv variant as well. So we'll see what happens. All right, what are we firing at here? We're firing at 1, 2, 3 Griffins, spamming all the Hornets and a Squall as well. Squall and Hornet spam. Got the point defense. Oh my god, I just saw the victories. The victories, of course, running quadruple Aegis flat cannons and quintuple arbalists, mini blasters, Hornets, an ion beam, and the Clutor Technis assault guns. With Omni Shield, accelerated shields, expanded missile racks for the Hornets. This is a crazy amount of PD. Will this PD be enough to stop a Titan? Who did this fleet? This fleet is Idiopathic's fleet. We have 2 of the almost symmetric battleships. We have that. Then we have 1, 2, 3 Centurions and 1, 2, 3 monitors. SO monitors as well. So I guess we have their peak performance is going to go away quickly enough at some point, I guess. And standard Centurions as well. Same old monitors. Not even Reapers in the monitors. You don't put Reapers in the monitors. The monitors are perfect as they are. Alright. Now this is the why I find this is the key. It's all down to how good that Olympus shot is. Which is weird because this isn't... I don't think it's going to be that effective. That's true. It's not a detonate. You're correct. It's the one that just hangs around and fires missiles. Me. You're correct. You are correct. No Big Bang. Saddened. I am saddened. Because one of my favorite clips is still when it happened to me. Right. Let's go. No committing to the bit. Okay, so the Caesars are moving forward very slowly, so the speed advantage is definitely on midline side. We've got a tall fleet versus an incredibly tall fleet. We have like an Empire State Building versus like a Burj Khalifa or something. Not quite Burj Khalifa, I guess it was one ship only. Yeah, there's no Squall is hitting. Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. It's kind of firing in the wrong direction. It's taking out its own thing. The Squalls are coming out. Squall War. Here come the Mervs. Here we go. Missiles coming out. I think they're targeting the victories, though. Oh, Reaper snuck past the shield of the Caesar. The pain. I definitely think the Merv is targeting the wrong things. It should be targeting the things back here, not things in front of it. They are focus firing all 3 of them on a single victory, however, so maybe they'll get something done. However, one is already a half hull. Other than this is taking up 90% right now. One Caesar goes down. That's a huge exactly 25% of their DP. The Olympus doesn't really count. It's just there to fire its missile. The missile's already at 75% HP as well. And again, I think it's... The Titan goes down. And there's no damage of any kind to the midline fleet. I haven't seen a single... Okay, the Scarab's taken damage, but... The Ion Beam and the Glutotechnis guns... Destroyed, overloaded. Double Ion Beams. All the Harpoons, all the Hornets coming in on the side. It's getting pummeled to bits by all the high explosive shots, and here come the finishers / armor crackers. And in complete and total shame. How does the Titan pick targets? Does the Titan keep shooting its missiles at whoever the Olympus had targeted? It was very much a hard counter. It was very much a hard counter. Because I think if that's the case, then yeah, absolutely F's in chat for the Imperium there, because that was a handy shame. I am left thinking, how does the Titan missile pick its targets for its missiles? Because if it only fires its missiles at the target the Olympus had when the Titan was fired, that was definitely the wrong call, I think, because it kept unloading all its missiles into a victory, which is protected by a bunch of PD. So I think it would have been better served by at least trying to shoot other ships. Reduce fire at everything. Yeah, that may be just an inherent problem with the system. That is a shame. That was a shame and also a shame. I'm not sure, but I don't think the Titan's an actual missile. It's a ship on its own. Missile do what missile want. Hey, Dave. In that case, the missile did not do very well. The missile knows where it is. Oh my god, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Thank you. I needed to think. I need to find a copy pastor for someone to read, and that's definitely going to be what it is. That's perfect. Thank you very much, C Synapse. That's exactly what I needed to hear today. Much appreciated. You're a sub now. You can use the actual. You can actually do the my proper saluting emote now. And anyone can do the saluting emote. I have a specific version of the salute emote that followers can use, but you can actually use the one that you get for being a sub now. And that one too, yes. My other very famous one. Because I do that a lot. So I'm not impressed at all with the PDAC Caesars. I don't think they got a chance to shine, frankly. I'm not entirely sure that was entirely down to... I wouldn't forswear PDAC at the moment. That was just a really bad matchup. Right, last match of the evening. Which is weird. These go by so fast. We have... Pyrophages. SRA versus C Synapse Low Tech. That was a really unfortunate matchup. It's a really unfortunate matchup. Which is why I was wondering if people knew what their matchups were coming into this. And I like that they don't, because means you don't get counter fleets, but it was a very interesting matchup. The matches have been fast paced as well. Thankfully, I've not seen a single match go to timer or to CR death, which I've been very, very good with. And I think the set of rules that Wikifish came up with have been very, very streamlined and very smooth. Each Delphi is different. Okay. You made my life easier. Sort of harder. So the Marksman Cruiser runs the Kamel particle darts we saw last week. This one seems like the same as it was last week. You may correct me if I'm wrong, but this one seems like it was the one you were using last week. You have the names being read out. So Umbra, Penumbra, and Antumbra. Then we have the Penumbra class multi-tool cruiser running a Cas beam as well as the Graviton and the Ion beam. So we're changing the advanced optics for a high scatter amplifier, which means beam weapons do more damage and do hard flux to shields. However, reduces a portion of the range of the weapons that is above 200 by 50%. So this is going to be a shorter ranged. Hang on. Reduces the portion of the range beam that is above 200. So this is 200 plus the half of 450. So this is now 425 range a Cas. This is a 600 range Graviton beam because it's 200 plus half of 800. A 600 range Ion beam and a 650 range? That'd be... 650 range camel particle dart. Plus the ITUs, of course. Yeah, and the ITUs, of course. I haven't seen the officers. The officers don't turn up here, unfortunately, and that as well. And then we have the Ant Umbra close support carrier running a Murti in the middle, but also the high scatter amplifiers. So between the Delphi, we have 4 Gravitons, 2 Murtis, and 2 Ion Beams. Okay. We have a Cabaloi, 2 Cabaloi, running 3 Skinwalker Wings each, Storm Blasters, Camel Particle Darts, Mini Blasters, point defense, Labyrinth of Reflections, and L'Eternorezzo. We have the Lobatus running the Stilettos, Storm Blasters, Camel Darts. Anything? The second Cabaloi there is the same as these ones? Nope, slightly different Cabaloi down here running Nereid Interceptors and light CPCs rather than mini blasters. Then we have a couple of Ninurtas running a bunch of Stilettos and a Splinter rocket launcher. What do you got? Flash Quantic Drive, yeah. And then we have the Red Wings Varder with the Shikomi, a Mughal Particle Lance, a Diva Cas Heavy Beam, a Medium CPC, a Murti Cas Heavy Beam, Stiletto Pods, Fan Lasers, Storm Blasters, Stilettos, and of course the built-in Wave Pulsars. There's a janky Varder. The Varder did really well last time because the Varder can get out of dodge easily. The Drive Plasma Relay makes it very easy for the Varder to get out of trouble, and getting out of trouble is what saved the Varder last week. Not that it was in trouble, but it could get out of trouble because of its mobility. 4 officers with gunnery implants and 1 with gunnery implants and helmsmanship. So people have learned the value of gunnery implants. So 1, I love the. Oh yeah, sorry, Pure Till, we didn't actually show off. We specifically your officer portraits are in here as well, just so that you're aware. They are there. I forget the character's name, but it's the Nasuverse thing. Yeah. It's the Nasuverse thing, right? The Nasuverse thing I don't know. Neko Arc, yeah, it's a Neko Arc, yeah. Oh, Matrox, come back again. Right, and now we get to see C-Synapse's low-tech running 3 onslaughts, running ITUs, treasure dreadles, armored weapon mounts, armored repair units, ballistic rangefinders, shield shunts, instead of engine assembly, resistance flux conduits, expanded magazines, IPDAI, running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flamers, 3 Aegis heavy Aegis flat cannons, and a bunch of point defense, and of course the thermal pulse cannons. So we've replaced the cathedral with even more flamers. That is 15 flamers, 6 thermal pulse cannons, and 9 Aegis flat cannons between them. All the things making a comeback. Ballistic rangefighter, yo. And the Moras are running identicals. We're running Drake Assault Interceptors and Talon Interceptors, running with Salamanders, Contender Cannons, Light Autocannons, Flare Guns, also running Shield Shunt, and a couple of Condors running Salamanders and Talons. Also names. Aye, cool. Ruby's Punching Bag. We have Sylphan Bait. We have Sabo Pincushion. We have Hal 9000's Lunch. We have Atropos Magnet. We have Reaper Chewer. We have Prometheus in Spirit, and Happiest Thago. This meta of long-range flamers is maybe quite a problem. We have discovered the thing. This is what I like tournaments for. Yes, the Condors have shields, but no one else does. Shield Changer Condors, you absolute coward. But one thing that was coming back to the Wikifish's point, I love tournaments for this. I love tournaments for being a ballpark of ideas out of which meta arises. I love the idea of like having a ballpark of ideas where suddenly meta just turns up out of nowhere. And like suddenly we have Flamer meta, which is something I'm 100% on board with. Right. Okay. Last match, Pyrophage versus Sea Synapse. Let's get this done. SRA coming in. Moving forward, whereas low tech just chugging away there. All the fighters coming in. Crazy amount of PD. Last week's fighter/missile supremacy has definitely scared the PD out of people right now. There have been way less missiles and way more PD. I think everyone has slightly overcompensated for that. All the missiles have disappeared and all the PDs turned up. I think LOA is probably the faction that have the most missiles right now. Sorry, not LOA, Magellan. Here we come, long-range shots coming out from the onslaught into the first Delphi. That is the multi-tool Delphi. Here come the flamer shots. The Delphi's already max overloads already. Can they get the damage in? It's quite far back. However, it goes down to dead. I was wondering if it's gonna get down in time. No, first Delphi goes down. Those three onslaughts, when they focus, are terrifying things. We have the sniper Delphi, and then we have the close support Delphi coming in. The range on that cast beam is so short, though. The damper field is taking hull damage, however, but that's very close. That is very close. They do explosive it. Here come the missiles. And that is a very, very strongly pressured Delphi. It's pulling back. Will it get out of there in time? I don't know. The range on those TPCs is huge. Overloads. Missiles coming. Salamanders coming in. Talons coming in. Will the Talons get the kill? The Talons get the kill on the Delphi. Delphi goes down. The Talons get the kill on the Delphi. Now the last Delphi up there being the focus of an onslaught and a more, whereas the other one is dueling the Varder down here. The Varder's wave pulse kind of does extra damage versus non-shielded things, and guess what? This ship is non-shielded. It needs support. It's gonna go down. The first onslaught goes down. That Varder can probably clean up the entire fleet by itself if left on a 1v1 range. Hello, Barrack. Left, if that Varder's allowed to 1v1 the enemy fleet, it will win. 100%. It needs support. That split is going to be the death of the low-tech fleet, unfortunately, because that Varder can pretty much solo the entire fleet. The extra damage deals to unshielded ships is strong. It is high flux right now, but it has to fall back a little bit, but it's a Varder, it can do that. And the onslaught kind of doesn't want to push at the moment. It has no frontal armor, so all the damage it takes at the front is terrifying. It's gonna pop real soon. It goes down a ghost. It's 2 onslaughts down. Burn drive, you coward. Do it. Exactly. I think that's why I said we need an extra level of AI. Reckless is not enough. Will we get the third? Will we get the third Delphi down? Ooh. That's a cool little... What is that? I like that. What is that? That's cool. I mean, it's the jet, it's the engine, but that's a look that I love SRA engines. They look so cool. Okay, the Nurner goes down. Didn't quite manage to overload the Delphi. However, you are turning to face a Shikomi. Shikomi's currently dealing with the Condor goes down. All that's left is a Condor and an onslaught, I think. Yep. All that's left is a Condor and an onslaught. And the Condor's, the Onslaught's too focused on helping out the Condor right now. It's got big things to worry about. It's got an ion beam and gravitons coming in there. It's split on two sides. Here come the Skinwalkers. Will it kill the Delphi? Will it kill the Delphi before it dies? It kills the Delphi before it goes down. It's now alone. It kills the Delphi. I think that Onslaught killed all three Delphis by itself. I think that Onslaught was responsible for all three Delphis. I'm not entirely confident in this. We'll have to go back and check. But that Varder was left unpunished for too long. And a really good match. A really good match. Again, the fact that the Varder's wave pulse cannons have an additional chance to cause 200 extra energy damage to unshielded ships, it just adds up over time. I mean, both of them are firing. That's 3 shots each, which means out of a single salvo, at least one of them has a probability to trigger. That just works. That's just unfortunate. I think what CSNF said before, if the Onslaughts had focused the Varder, they would have won. The Varder was allowed to take on all 3 Onslaughts by itself. Well, 2 Onslaughts by itself, and the third one was already very damaged when it got there. But I love those Onslaughts. I mean, those Onslaughts, they took down the Delphis very well. That do be how it be in Eternity sometimes. Exactly, Mr. Magalore. Sometimes your fleet just gets hard countered. I'll be honest, I don't like Shield Shunt. Needed more mining pods. But yeah, that is the second round. And we had some really, really, really fun... I think... the biggest surprise for me was actually Mission 1, I think. I kind of guessed how... I get Mission 1. Yeah, I kind of guessed this was either going to go like one way or the other. There wasn't going to be no middle ground here. It was either going to be resounding win or resounding loss. I was not expecting that one to be this one to be so one-sided. I was not expecting the Scalar Tech versus LOA to be so one-sided in favor of LOA. Yeah, there was really good pressure on the Osmonds completely changed the pace of the LOA advance. They completely changed the pace of the LOA advance. They were disruptive. They were instrumental in cleaning out a lot of the little fighters as well. A lot of the fight. I think the first shot of one of the siege guns that killed 4 of the assault fighters immediately as well. So there's a lot of clearing out of fighters very, very quickly. And then, of course, both of the Verges kind of charged in with SO and sort of got eliminated. Oh, it was my best matchup in testing. Scalar, yeah. It was really good, really well done. Well done to everybody, because when I installed the files just from Wikifish and I was going through them, I was just like, okay, some fleets had bigger changes than otherwise. Like I could definitely tell that this fleet changed, that this fleet changed, that this fleet changed. Some fleets had subtler changes to them, and I didn't pick out the changes immediately to LOA because I'm not as familiar with them. But this is a very good change. All changes have been very interesting. But yeah, that's round 2, which is really good, really done. Yeah, huge swerve towards PD. Huge, like, as a group, swerve towards PD, which is very interesting to see unfold. Because last week was very much fighters, 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 missiles everywhere. And because it blind matchups and you don't know who you're fighting next, everyone was like, oh crap, and then huge swing to PD. And some fleets, and where PD was at some point not even required at sometimes, because there wasn't that much for PD to do, but PD has been instrumental several times. But yeah, that was round 2. Next week is round 3. I, for one, am looking forward to the no PD swing back. Everyone went, oh no, Midline is going to massacre us. Those SO cruisers are going to be strong, doing a lot of work in this matchup. Don't know if LOA has a strong answer for them. Which SO cruisers specifically? Sorry, I must have missed a bit of the line there. But yeah, I very much enjoy this. Thank you, WikiFish, for organizing this, and to all the players for putting the work in and getting the new fleets in. Very enjoyable to watch. Very enjoyable to watch. I'll keep it short and sweet then. We'll call it there. And I'll catch you all next week for round 3. I gotta say, WikiFish, this is a very good week. This is a very good WikiFish. This is a very good WikiFish. Yes, this is also a very good rule set. This is actually working very well. Yeah, and I hope you're feeling better next week, WikiFish. Because commentating is fun. And as much as I enjoy doing the solo commentating, but having someone to talk to is also very helpful because they help me when I fuck up. Keen to talk again. I'm keen to hear again. So I'll catch you all next week, folks, for round 3. Take care of yourselves. For people who actually watch me on a regular basis, I am back tomorrow with more Pathfinder. I'm not around on Saturday. Well, I might be around on Saturday. I also got a new PC to install at some point, so I might take a break over the weekend, actually, and new PC up. And make sure everything's running for next week. But how's Pathfinder? I love it. I like Pathfinder very much. I enjoy Pathfinder very much. I like the characters in Wrath of the Righteous. We just started Act 2 last time. Yeah, I got new hardware. After I was filling in the Darktide beta application form, and I realized that my processor was the lowest possible generation I could pick. I was like, oh yeah, I maybe need a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah, the Nautilus Central Computer is getting an upgrade. Yeah, it's just sitting on the other table right now, and it's like, oh god, I gotta transfer everything over. I mean, this computer here I'm currently on has like 4.5 terabytes of storage. I need to basically sort through and basically use this as my spring cleaning opportunity. What's staying and what's going. But yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can find someone to raid. It's kind of early in the day. Eric, are you still around? Are you gonna go live? If you are, I'll raid into you. I don't want to rush you, and if you're not going to go live now, that also don't feel the need to go live now. Just as an idle question. Right. I'm waiting. So you raid some. Okay, cool. Who are we gonna raid? We're gonna raid my VTuber brother, Reloaded. So I'll catch you all next week, folks. Okay, I'll raid into Reloaded. Reload dead. Reload dead. And I will catch you all either for next week for the next round of the tournament, or alternatively for tomorrow for Pathfinder. I'll catch you all next time, folks. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.